Hey guys, okay, this is Christ Consciousness. Some more tips on Christ Consciousness. I'll give you an experience I had last night, what I do with Christ Consciousness. So, when you go to bed at night, or you meditate, or you're laying down and you can check out and meditate in meditation, or just check out as you're going to sleep, you bring in Christ Consciousness, right? Now, what is Christ Consciousness? Exactly what it says. Christ Consciousness, which is universal law, natural law, but it's Christ's energy, okay? And there's a million Christs out there. You can call it up, you can bring it in, and it'll teach you and heal you and do all this stuff with a Christ that's in Christ consciousness, and there are hundreds of millions of them, okay? I'm one in the body. They just made me one a while ago. Check out the video. So this is what you do. You bring in Christ consciousness. It's like love, okay? Unconditional love. You'll feel it. And you just chant it. Christ conscious. I accept Christ conscious. I accept. Bring in Christ conscious. Bring in Christ conscious. Something like that. Just make it up. Bring in Christ consciousness. Not Jesus Christ. Christ. Leave Jesus out of it. Jesus is lies on the earth, all bullshit on the earth. Forget about it. You want Christ consciousness. You bring in Christ's energy. You bring it into your head. You bring it in your arms. You bring it into your bowel and your guts and your spine and your head and your brain, mostly up top here. You bring it into your groin. You bring it down into your legs, and you totally envelop yourself in Christ conscious, and you accept it, and you say, stay with me, Christ conscious. Stay with me. I'm with Christ consciousness. Stuff like that. Okay? You chant it as you're sleeping. You bring it in, and you can move the energy. Okay? If you don't know what you're doing, keep doing it. You'll slowly learn. Okay? And you want Christ. And he'll teach you. He'll start teaching you. Now, he also does healing on you. And this is an experience I had last night. So I laid down. I brought in Christ consciousness. I'm already with Christ consciousness. I am a Christ within Christ consciousness. Watch my last video. Or one of them. In this playlist. Then, they made me one. So, they just did it. I had no say up here. Boom, they did it. So, I'm with Christ conscious. I am a Christ within Christ consciousness. A spirit. So, I bring it in anyway, just for the hell of it, because I like that. I always like to do it. I decided I'm going to move the garbage energy out of my lungs, because I've been smoking for damn near 20 years, okay? So I decided I'm going to move the energy. Now, energy, old energy, smoking energy, all that energy, the bad energy, gives you headaches, takes your normal energy away, all this stuff, and it's bad. If it sits there in your bones and it sits there in your tissue, in your organs, you're going to get sick. You're going to get tumors. You're going to get headaches. You know them migraines you get? Lay down, bring in Christ consciousness, and the energy goes right out through your head. It's going to hurt like hell, but you're moving the energy. Then new energy can come in and redo the DNA and all that stuff, okay? So that's what you're doing. Christ consciousness helps you do that. And Christ consciousness, I don't know how to explain it all, but he helps you move the energy. Now you can get juiced. Now if you're with a Christ, a spirit, okay, if you're with a spirit that's Christ in Christ consciousness, he can reach into you and juice you. Now, what that is it's a certain energy that's in Christ consciousness, and Christ can just juice you and push the energy up, take the pain away instantly, put you to sleep instantly. And as soon as you bring that energy, you go, Christ, juice me, right? You go, Christ, I need help, juice me in my pain. And he'll move the fucking pain right out of your head, and with the juice. But that's a little side note. You want to get into that too. I'll make a video of that. but I'm just almost out of battery, so I can't probably do it today. So I bring in Christ consciousness, and I'm going to heal my lungs. So now how I get juice and how I get Christ consciousness built up inside me to do this is I take my spirit, my soul, not my spirit, my soul hands. Okay? Soul is crossed between your inner light and your biophysical. Okay? Your avatar. Your physical body. Whatever. And your soul does it. So, your soul, I take my soul hands, which I've learned over time, and I take them and I focus the energy on my lungs, okay? Or heart, or kidneys, or wherever. And I can see my kidneys, I can see my guts, I can see my lungs. And so I'm doing my lungs because, you know, I'm doing this. I know how to do it now, so I'm going to be constantly moving the energy. So I did it last night. Grace is there watching, right? But I have my headphones on. I'm listening to the music or whatever, and I'm meditating, and I just focus on my lungs. I feel my lungs. I feel them. I feel the trachea going up, right up, out, all of it. I put Christ conscious. Visualize the energy going in. When you visualize it, it actually goes in. And then my whole organs, everything, all my organs are enveloped in Christ consciousness. Now what I do is I chant, and this is very important. Now you want to move your headache, you want to move the pain, okay? So you chant, I cast out my knee pain. I cast out my knee pain. I cast out my knee pain. You gotta have Christ consciousness envelop the pain, okay? So you got to bring in Christ consciousness, move the energy to that spot, and then you don't have to say Christ consciousness, move the pain. You're already with Christ consciousness. If you have Christ consciousness, then you're already with Christ, and you're working it, and you're doing it. So it's all good. You now say, I cast out. You have to say cast out of my body. I cast out my knee pain. And you chant it over and over with Christ consciousness. Say it out loud. Whisper it in your breath as you're laying on your pillow. I cast out like that. I cast out my knee pain. I cast out my kidney pain. I cast out the headache. I cast it out. And just lay there and watch what happens. You're going to freak. The pain's going to go. It's going to start moving. The headache, you'll see it actually isolate it and move it right out your head. Gone. No more headache. And when you start feeling pain, you'll start doing this. You may think I'm a nut now, but whatever. You start having pain, you'll start doing it. Now, demons, negative energy, attachments, negative things that are attached to you, bad relationship people. If you're still hooked up to someone you just had a fight with and you broke up and you don't want to see them for 100 reasons and you don't, I cast out so-and-so's energy. I cast out so-and-so's connection. I cast out energy connection. I cast out with Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness will separate you from that connection. Cast it out. Demonic, spiritual, biophysical connections. When you're sitting in someone's couch, you're sucking up energy from the other person. And all of a sudden, you start having leg pains and hip pains. And you're like, well, my mom's got hip pains, but I've been sitting in her chair for a day, and now I got her pain. Christ conscious, I cast out my mom's pain energy. Whatever, you cast it out. If you can identify it, if you can't identify it, you just cast out that pain. And then, remember, you got links in your head. You got links in your biophysical, ethereal body. In your soul, you got links. If you're not aware of this and you're not in control of it, it's going to overwhelm you. You're going to be totally sucked energy dry. Suck your energy dry. You're going to be getting their aches and pains. You're going to be getting their thoughts. You're going to be getting their stuff. So if there's someone hooking up to you on a soul level, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, an ex, and you don't want them in you, you don't want their energy in you, you don't want them influencing you anymore, cast it out. Bring in Christ consciousness, cast it out, because they have no right. And you have no right on them, and they have no right on you. But you don't know all this, so it just happens naturally. Okay? That's why people lose their shit and eat a bullet. Cast it out. Christ conscious, cast it out. Be it pain, headaches, links to demons, whatever. This is what you do. So, my experience last night was I took my soul hands and I hugged my lungs. I hugged them and I started rubbing my hands together like this. And it created the juice. I can create juice now within myself. Yeah, I never knew how to do that before, but now I do. I just said, Richard juice, Richard juice. My soul hands came out and started rubbing together. Automatically. I'm watching it as it happens. And I'm learning. My soul's rubbing his hands together and all of a sudden, no more pain. Just like that. So that's me. But I went to my lungs, I hugged them, and I started rubbing my hands together, and I said, cast out the negative lung energy. Cast out the bad, negative lung energy. All of it. And I spent 3 hours laying in meditation with lung energy coming out, up my throat, on my tongue, and off the tip of my tongue. My whole tongue was like tingling tar. It was nasty. And my lungs, just all the crap energy in my lungs from smoking, I just cast it all out. And I just laid there in bed and it wouldn't stop. I stopped chanting and I was just laying there coughing for 3 hours. And you could feel the energy going right out the meat of your tongue. And it would burn and it was gross and it was tingly bad. And it felt like I was going to puke a couple times. Then, when all that energy is gone, and you give it to Christ, I give this energy to Christ, I give this energy to Christ. Christ takes all the negative energy out of your body, neutralizes it, sends it where it's supposed to go. Okay? In Christ consciousness, don't worry about what Christ's doing. Okay? He's helping you if he's there. Okay? Christ consciousness automatically does it. So you barf up all this energy and move it all out of your, and it's coming out my tongue for 3 hours, man. I'm laying there coughing, and tears are running out of my eyes. But when all that energy is gone, new energy from the inner light, the life force, comes in and rehabilitates, rejuvenates the good the energy. All right? It all has to do with DNA and stuff. But this is what you do. And this is how you do it. So if you got aches and pains, get Christ consciousness in you, move the energy, and do it. And if you don't know how to do it, you will, because you're getting sick and tired of the pain. So there's only so much drugs you can take. It works for me. I do it all the time with everything. You get the migraine headaches, bring in Christ consciousness, let it envelop the headache. You'll still feel it. And then I cast out my headache energy. And you'll feel the whole ball of fucking stress in your muscle. You think the muscle is actually moving out of your head. Okay? But it ain't. It's just the energy. As soon as you take the energy from that muscle that's hurting you out your head, all gone, no more. But you got to learn, and it moves a lot faster if you learn to cross over in meditation and stay awake. Okay? Watch my past videos for the meditations on that. I'll make them again, but I'm not going to make so much. So, alright. Now, if you want a Christ to help you out, well then ask yourself, okay? You don't want to ask out there in the ether, blind idiot stuff. Ask yourself. Get me a Christ. It may take a couple days, may take a couple weeks. But every night you chant it. I need Christ. I need a Christ. I need a Christ to help me out. I need a Christ to help me out. Help me out. Your spirit will get a hold of a real Christ. Not Jesus Christ. Okay? Not Jesus. A Christ. They're all Christ. They're all called Jesus Christ. There's a million, billion Jesus Christ on the planet and in the astral plane and all the different levels. Okay? They'll come down and help you out if you're with Christ. Okay? You don't even have to be a Christian. You can be a nobody. You could be another religion. Calling Christ consciousness. Alright? So, my advice is get rid of religion altogether and just start living your natural law, which is the way you're supposed to be, but you're programmed since birth to do what you gotta do, and you believe it, so. But, that's another video. So, this is what you do. Cast out. Cast out the pain. Now, if you think you're connected to a baddie in the spirit world, cast it out of you. Bring in Christ consciousness, cast it out. You watch all these ghost shows. I'm possessed, I got demons. I've been running around for 20 years. He's never been like this. Ever since a demon came, he started acting weird. Okay, yeah, of course, because he's fucking owned by this goddamn demon thing. Everybody's got their fucking demons, psychological demons, addictions. They're called demons too. But a real demon hooked up to you, man, you're fucked. So, and he's in your skins, he's in your ethereal skins, he's wrapped around your spine, he's in your spine, he goes up your head, into your thought patterns. He knows your thought patterns. Okay, this is what demons do. They wrap themselves right up your spine, right up into the skins, and they own your ass. And there's a whole bunch of things in your head you don't know about that he triggers. And that's why you have emotional outbursts. That's why you need alcohol. That's why you need heroin. That's why you need the pot. Because he's addicted to fucking all that. And the only way he's going to get it is through you. And you're giving it to him. Every time you smoke up that fucking joint, he's going, yeah. You're trying to quit. Alright? It's another entity outside of you controlling. Do you ever know why? You're not yourself. If you're sitting around the house watching birds on the internet, and all of a sudden, I need pot. I just need it. I need it. And you never smoke pot? This is why. Because the fucking nasty is triggering all this in you. Heroin addicts, all that. All these things live down here. For some reason, they got into you. And it could have been the easiest way. In a dream, they got into you. As a little kid. Hi, I'm delivering cookies. You want one? Okay. And then you eat it. As soon as you accept it, you accepted them. You accepted their shit. Now they're on to you. They're following you around all day, triggering you. You get one that's really bad, one that's psychological, one that knows his shit, knows how to do all this manipulation on a conscious level, an archon, a smart demon. You need Christ, man. A big way. Because at this point, you barely know yourself, what you're doing and how you're acting. You don't know why. You just say, yeah, that was weird. Where did that come from? How come I thought that? How come I did that? How come time disappeared and that person's over there? How come I did this, but I don't remember doing it? It's because you're fucking possessed. The demon took you over, blocked your fucking brain out, and he's acting through your body. Alright? Christ consciousness. Chant it. Lay down. Christ conscious. Remove the demons. Remove the links. Remove the attachments. Cast out the attachments. Cast out the demons. Cast out their energy. Cast out their influence. Cast out their links. All of it. Chant it to the end. And they'll be gone in a few hours. Let Christ do his job. Look. Okay? It's like, okay, you take water and oil. Okay? Say Christ is the oil. And the water is everything else. You drink a thing of water and you fill up full of water, which is water energy, which is you being attached and owned to everything. All of a sudden, you bring in the oil and it pushes out the water. Christ consciousness. I'm just giving you a little thing so you can get it, okay? Christ consciousness, you bring it in, you let it totally own you. And all that shit goes away. And now you can start thinking again for yourself, by yourself. Be it girlfriends, boyfriends, energy in a house. Cast out the energy in my house. Cast out the energy in the apartment. Your house is your body, by the way. But remember, cast out, then whatever it is, cast out and be specific and simple. That's what you got to do. And that's what I learned. And then I'm doing my organs, right? I'm doing my headaches. I'm doing my eye pain. I watched my playlist on what I went through to learn all this, called Down the Rabbit Hole, I think it's called. Wow. It's going to be put here. It's going to be put in this playlist. Watch it. And I only got half, not even half of what happened to me, okay? I still got to make the rest of it. But right now I'm doing past life ET stuff. So anyway, guys, that'll help you out. Trust me, man, it works. I spent 3 hours coughing up this crap energy, puking it up. And it's actually energy. I didn't actually vomit. I felt like I did a couple times. But it's just... and it comes up right out your tongue from your lungs. Okay? 90% of the stuff's going to come out the top of your head. Sometimes, if you can really relax, you can feel it coming off your body. Okay? He's just casting it out. And you say, give the negative energy to Christ. Give the negative energy to Christ. Give the headache to Christ. Give the headache to Christ. I cast out my headache. Bring in Christ consciousness. Cast out the headache. And then start chanting, I give my headache to Christ. I give my headache to Christ. Christ takes it. That's just a little psychological wordplay that you don't want this anymore. Christ is going to take it. What's actually happening is Christ is pushing it out your head. And you, and psychologically, are not hanging on to it anymore. By you saying that, you're not psychologically hanging on to that headache. Because the reason you got a headache is you got a blockage in your head, somewhere in the chakra stuff, and it got stuck in your skins, is pounding it, or you pulled your muscle, the energy, the lactate crap, all that stuff is in there, and your fucking muscles swollen and hurting, but it's all energy. Take away the energy, you got no more pain. Alright? Then you can start healing. As long as that negative energy's in you, that pain energy's in you, it's gonna fester and fester and fester and fester and fester, like a rock, like a stone in your sock. And it's gonna drive you fucking nuts. As soon as you move it, no more pain. That's how it works. Alright? Christ consciousness gets it done. I'm telling you. I did both my lungs last night. It took 3 hours of me laying there, barfing this shit up. Well, spiritually barfing it up. Just releasing energy, giving it to Christ. Now, all that crap energy's gone. All the new energy moves in. And then, wait a couple days, do it again. Alright, I'm still smoking. I ain't give it up, but I gotta give it up. So, I'm starting to move the energy, and maybe that'll help. I'm hoping it will. Then you can ask Christ conscious to remove your addiction. It'll be hard. You gotta work on it with Christ, but you just keep chanting it. Take away your addiction. Follow through. You help. Give it to Christ. Give your addiction. Give the demon to Christ. Call it a demon. Call it an addiction. Doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. Give it to Christ. Give it to Christ. Give it to Christ. Cast out. I cast out my smoking addiction. Christ, help me. Help me cast out the smoking addiction. Bring in Christ consciousness. And Christ is there. He'll help you with it. But you got to do it too. It works. That's how it's done. Alright. And trust me, your soul's going to start. Once you start doing it, your own soul, your own spirit will start getting involved. Because now you're a player. You're not a victim. You're not stupid. You're not ignorant. You're actually a player with your soul, with Christ. And you consciously know it. And you will over time. And the more and more and more you do it, you're not ignorant anymore. So the less ignorant you are, your spirit starts acting. Your inner light starts acting. Your soul starts acting. Christ starts acting. And they're all acting to get you out of this, to make you the perfect person which you were meant to be. Now you're not just floating around in a sea of fucking flotsam and jetsam. You're not floating around in the debris field anymore. Alright? That's what they're doing. That's what's going on. They're actually somebody, a self-controlled, knowledgeable person within yourself. Go to your inner light. Let your inner light, let the innocence and let the spark own you. No more thinking. You listen to what your inner light says, your spark and your soul. Listen to it. In every waking moment of the day. And you know what? Everything I just said, you don't got to tell your friends, so you don't got to be embarrassed. It's all for you, man. And guess what? You're allowed to make a change within yourself. No one else has to know. No one. This is all you, man. And in the beginning and in the end, it's all about you. No one's going to help you. No one's going to do anything unless you ask for it. So ask for Christ. It's a good beginning. And just watch the shit start rolling. You're going to freak out. Alright? So if you're embarrassed your friends, oh my God, Christ, really? You're a Christian now? A fucking religion? The evil Christians? That's the chant of the now times in the year 2018. Yeah, I'll come out and say, I'm Christian, but I don't believe in religion. You don't got to have religion to be Christian, to be with Christ. Alright? Religion is just like a political party, sucking your money and keeping you stupid, keeping you confused. No matter how good intended it is in that person that you think is real, he could be a Christ, but he's still religious, which means he's still bent, he's still broken. You don't need that. It's not about that. It's about natural law. Once you understand natural law, then you can understand Christ. And then you can understand the way things are supposed to be on the earth. And when you see that, you're going to see how things really are on the earth. Because you're going to be either accepting Christ or you're going to live in a war zone within yourself. If there's any conflict in your thoughts and your patterns between your mind and your spirit and you're at war with it, that means you're fucked. That means you're hanging on to some bullshit. Let that go. Be it fear or a conflict or issues. Let it go, because the answer is in Christ consciousness. Listen for it and ask for it. Ask for everything. Why not? You're allowed. No one said you can't. Start exploring yourself, man. Damn. Okay. Later, guys.